Hello students, welcome to the series on marketing and retail business. Today we are going to study retail management. In this we will cover unit 1 and we will study the changing scenario of Indian retail industry in the modern era. Now let us study the objective of the study. The basic objective of this study is to analyze the changing scenario of Indian retail industry and to study the technology impacting the retail industry. Now let us study the Indian retail overview. The Indian retail sector is highly fragmented. The local population in villages is connected to family run small stores for fulfilling the demands of daily life. The unorganized sector of kirana stores and hard bazaars is impacting life of people in a big way. Now when you talk about a country like India, India is a vast country with the impact of rural and urban sectors functioning in a coordinated way. The rural sector is immense and large. People are simple and they connect to their kirana stores and the unorganized sector in a big way because the rural sector is still not much advanced and developed as the urban sector. The urban sector is sophisticated and we have cities in terms of development which are much advanced than the rural sector. Now, let us study the Indian retail landscape with the emerging trends. India is the third most attractive retail market for global retailers among the 30 largest emerging markets. The landscape of Indian retail market is emerging with the impact of foreign brands. The global integration has built youth with diverse taste for international brand and cultures. Now, India is a vast country with the rural population, but still the development in urban sectors is also touching great heights. The cities have immense population who are generally more technologically oriented and aware about the recent trends and developments happening in the total industry. The educated youth is generally more aware through internet and computers and has adapted a global standard of living where even foreign brands are accepted by the Indian users. So, the retail landscape has a diverse impact in terms of local population and local markets gaining power at one end, and at other end the technology and sophisticated e-commerce websites and industry in an organized way flourishing at a different level. Now, let us study the drivers for retail growth. The basic drivers for retail growth are the robust economic growth, high disposable income with the end user, rapid construction of organized retail infrastructure. They are the key factors behind the forecast in the growth. There is expansion in middle and upper consumer base. Now, why Indian economy is growing? Because first the population is growing, who is becoming rich as the source of earning is increasing, the employment opportunities are increasing, the disposable income is increasing, and the economic integration generally has enhanced the living standards of the people. People now have upgraded their lifestyles and have connected to innovative products which are generally available in the retail sectors. The demand is high and so the interest of all foreign brands and foreign investors is also there in this domestic ground. Now, let us study the digital forces. The digital reimagination has created customer experience, channels and workplaces by leveraging the digital five forces of mobile, pervasive computing, big data and analytics, cloud, social and robotics and artificial intelligence. Now, the digital reimagination has reshaped the Indian economy in a big way. The data integration at all levels has integrated the bank, the travel and the other industries to build forums where consumers have easy access to use the retail facilities of entertainment, hotels and travel. The ticketing, the financial products all are available through the online sector. The digital forces have become big because of the impact of highly sophisticated gadgets of mobile laptops, and we have cloud computing where storage of data has become easy, that is the addresses and the passwords of the people have been stored in a simple way. The artificial intelligence has taken up to the sector in a different way, where technologically advanced products are available to people and people are attracted to use these products because this makes their life simple. The big data analytics has given power to the marketers and the retailers to forecast the demand and design products according to the need of the consumers. Personalization and big data analytics. The retailers are turning to big data analytics to power the extreme personalization initiatives. Plus, the system can deliver customized messages and content to customers, which builds the customer satisfaction. Now, what is big data doing? Big data is trying to anticipate the demand which will emerge in the near future. This basically is done where the surfing abilities and the surfing interest and the experiences of the people are recorded. This recorded experiences basically help the marketers to buy and stock the products which are of use to the consumers. The big retailers have a range of products which are very useful to the consumers. The prices have been attracted and the material and the content which is built on the website is making consumer educated to make their life simple. Most of the problems of the consumers are solved because the literature and content is building communication. The personalized and the customized communication with the customer is helping the retailers to understand their problems and design loyalty programs and promotion programs. This has built immense satisfaction in market for consumers to take and buy products. Now, let us study the retail operations which impact the industry. The services of retail sector are the inventory lockup, the payment systems, the order lockup, the price lockup, the returns and exchanges, the customer or the lead capture which can be used across channels. Now, the retail sector is a complex industry where lot of labor and lot of handling of materials is required. Though inventory now is handled through softwares and computers, but still the material resource planning and the computerized resource planning has helped the organizations to build the demand and promote the products, but still these computers and the data need human mind and intelligence to handle the orders, the inventory, the prices, everything has to be studied in a detailed way before you come to a option which is attractive to the customer. The customers do buy products, but you have to still look after them. The post purchase services like warranty and guarantees is also option which the retailers need to look after through their service stations. How the goods can be exchanged, how they can get the money back, or what are the causes of dissatisfaction, everything has to be looked after by the retail sector. Now, let us study the retail services. The store specific services are the daily operations, the system administration, the device integration and reporting. This can be leveraged and used seamlessly across PC registered operations and services in a systematic and coordinated way. The retail services of the modern retail industry are basically impacted by technology. Most of the data is stored online and the system is integrated to collect the revenues and to decide what is the cost, what are the return on investment, or what are the basic impacts where you can anticipate what the customer is needing. The inventory is funded and financed according to the requirement of the market. E-commerce and retailing. India has an internet user base of about 500 million in 2016. It is second largest user base in world, only behind China. The penetration of e-commerce is low as compared to markets like United States or France. See, internet has impacted people's life in a big way. It has become a part and parcel of their existence because most of the people through telephones and communication systems are connected with each other. It is the largest user of internet technology after China, but still the e-shopping is not as big as it is present in US and France. Internet and growing retail market. Online shopping is growing at an unprecedented rate, adding around 6 million new entrants every month in this year. The industry consensus is that the growth is at an inflection point. In India, cash on delivery is the most preferred payment method, accumulating 75% of the retail activities. Now, internet has impacted life of people in a big way. It is websites are becoming popular, people are buying goods online, but still the payment systems are not so advanced as in other countries. The usage of credit card is still low. People prefer COD option, that is 75% of revenue through online sales is comes through COD option. So, it is only 25% people who connect to the websites through their cards. So, the trust in the banking system or the systematic channelization of the finances of the people still is not proper in the Indian market. So, this has a kind of a challenge for the retail industry, because when you prefer COD option, it is a costly option. Now, what is working online is the travel booking, the railways, or the governance part. The sectors which are connected to the government aspects, they have a faith in terms of getting revenues in advance as compared to the private entrepreneurs who work in the market as independent. So, they have less faith of people, and that is the biggest problem which the retailing industry has to look into the modern scenario. The way the big e-retailers of 2016. In 2016, the largest e-commerce companies in India are Flipkart, Snapdeal, Amazon India, and the Paytm. So, these are the big retailers which are working to connect with the population of India. Though we are working in 2017, but 2016 was a great year for these big players working in the market. E-commerce and e-tailing. Overall, e-commerce market has increased both online travel and e-tailing in a big way. Another big segment in e-commerce is the mobile DTH recharge, with nearly 1 million transactions daily by the operator websites. Though online impact or shopping is impacting the travel and the entertainment business in a big way, but still the mobile recharge and these little activities connected to communication and connection with the government websites is happening in a big way. Online sales of luxury products. Online sales of luxury products like jewelry is also increasing over the years. Most of the retail brands have also started entering into the market, and they have expected that at least 20% sales through online will come in the next 2-3 years. So, big brands which are reputed in the market have traditional stores and showrooms, but still they are also giving the options of looking into their products and prices through the online forums also. The luxury brands like the fashion jewelry is also increasing at an increased pace. The changing scenario of retail in India is offers direct interaction, it has built customer service, it has emerged in different forms, it has given more employment opportunities, the sale volume is comparatively large in quantities, the sales promotion are offered at this point only. Location and layout are the critical factors. So, the retail options have increased, which are not only impacting the consumers, but they are impacting the economy of the country also. The retail industry is contributing to GDP in a big way, where the employment opportunities and the standard of living of the people is increasing. The marketing promotions are increasing the experience of the customers. The different forms of the retail channels is increasing. The multi-channel format is trying to convince the customers to access products and prices from any point at any place and at any time through any channel. So, this has given the power to the consumer to connect with the options of retail services at their choice. This is a big power. Now, let us study outsourcing in retailing. Outsourcing undesirable functions versus the ones that will provide the greatest competitive advantage has become a big way for retail industry. The cost of outsourcing needs to be designed. Not having defined goals and objectives carried over to the service provider will increase the cost. Now, retail industry is also operating with the services of customer complaints, of the services like you have to deal with the customer warranty to look after the post purchase part of the customer. So, these services need to be carried through their service centers, and the call centers are popular with the retail sectors also, who are looking into the complaints of the customers and giving them services as and when needed. Information impacting retailing. The diffusion of technology and commoditization of information transforms the role of information into a resource equal in importance to the traditionally important resources of land, labor and capital. So, when you talk about this sector, information has become important for the retailers also. They also need to study the social media. They also need to extend the power of information and literature on social media, because people are writing about the pleasures and pains on the social media, which is building the brand and the value of the stores and the products which they are selling through their own organizations. The retail industry is important. It is not only labor and resources and money which is important, but information has also become a resource in modern era, which needs to be tailored, designed and needs to be ethical in order to connect with the customers, to look into the social values of being responsible to the customer faith and to the social ethics of the society. Governance impacting retailing in modern scenario. Governance, it is the strategic alignment, the risk management, the resource management, the performance measurement and value delivery. The retailers also have become big organizations. When you talk about companies which are selling retailing services like Indian Railways, they are not only retail outlets or websites, but they are very big organizations which are connecting to the customers, and they need a kind of alignment to update their services, like their collaboration with foreign countries to come out with special formats of train to give technological upliftment, where magnetic trains can reshape the future of the Indian travel industry, where people can reduce the time of travel and reduce the cost of travel. So, the resource management, the performance management is important for even the retail industry to give value to the customer. IT outsourcing needs to be competitive in order to give better service, more flexibility and lower cost. The retail industry is also outsourcing the routine activities of looking into customer complaints, looking into the training of employees to other organizations where these problems are looked, and the retail organization is basically only focusing on giving a competitive edge to the customer by giving a better price option and a promotion so that the customer can buy the products. The growth of business, it depends on horizontal integration, vertical integration, diversification and intensification. The INSOF matrix builds the various growth strategies. Now, when you talk about growth strategies for business, it is even the retail sector needs to have a integration. The retailer needs to gain power if they have the vertical and the horizontal integration of connecting with the big dealers and having a direct collaboration with the farmers or with the manufacturers to source materials at a cost which is the cheapest in the market. That is, the margins need to be reduced so that they can focus on big volumes to give advantage to the customers and to increase the usage of the product and services in the market. The strategic model of 3 C's is important to build competitive advantage for the retail sector. The 3 C's stand for customer, corporation and competitor. It has to be developed. This concept was developed by Kenichi Ohime. This focuses on maximizing strength of the business. Now, what is this C model which is impacting the retail organization? That is, you need to look after the customers, you need to collaborate, the smaller brands need to collaborate with the bigger brands to come for market integrations so as to build a competitive price with the impact on the larger volume of the customers, by which the turnover can be increased. Your competitors need to be looked after, what they are giving, what are the innovative ideas and what is the strategy by which they are operating in the market. Customers are basis of any business. Customers can be satisfied by focusing on creating purchasing options, building better designs, image and basically need to have a kind of a maintenance. That is, we need to focus on customers because they build the image of the retail sector or any company or any firm or any organization. The credibility of the word of mouth is important in the market because they connect with other people. The market word of mouth basically establishes your reputation in the market. So, we need to design better designs of the products and better value in terms of marketing programs to connect with the customers. E-businesses. The layout of an e-business depends on its site and its operation. The e-business designs product storage and delivery areas to be needed and focused. Now, these stores which have physical presence also have websites. The websites needs operations in a systematic way to give every information of what is happening in the store, the latest updates, the latest trends, the latest packages, the designs, colors, the availability, everything has to be given through the website, so that the customers can look up the products and can bargain to the retail organizations and try to buy the products which can attract them. The retail strategy in modern era. A business strategy designed to augment revenues and increase profitability of companies through better understanding of customers' needs and behaviors is important. How do we design retail strategy in the modern era is to understand the customer from a 360-degree angle. That is, it is not only that you understand what is verbally speaking, we need to understand the psychological behaviors, what the customers are searching, what they are looking after, what are the comments on each product, what is the review given. So, the frustrations can be calculated and minimized to build a better option and a sustainable advantage in the market. Computer systems for building information. This uses sophisticated computer systems to help identify the prospects and put customers at the center of companies' business activities and decision making process. It brings together diverse information about customers, sales, marketing to develop a more holistic view of each customer. Now, when the retail organization is operating in the market, every organization has a user base. This user base is the collection of the data of customer addresses and their purchase preferences. These customers are your members. So, you need to look after them by connecting to them through the promotions and offering loyalty programs or discounts which can connect to your organization. The seamless integration of customers through the computer oriented technology can give you a asset base where you can look after your customers and give them services so as to enhance the loyalty. These customers can be upgraded by designing new services at a higher price end also. Now, let us study the major retail trends impacting the industry. The fast moving consumer goods, that is the FMCG segment, is the fourth largest sector in the Indian retail economy. The market size of FMCG in India is estimated to grow to US 74 billion in 2018. Food product is the leading segment, accounting for 43% of the overall market. Now, what is the retail industry all about? It is to fulfill the daily needs. It is to fulfill what consumers need to sustain their life. So, food is important. Without food, nobody can live. So, people connect to the local channels, and the contribution of this sector is 43% towards the total overall market of the retail industry. The fast moving products looking to your daily care relate to grow by $74 billion in 2018. Now, let us look into the government support for rural consumption. The government of India has also been supporting the rural population with higher minimum support price, the loan waivers, the disbursements through the National Rural Employment Guarantee Act NREGA program. These measures have helped in reducing poverty in rural sector and given a boost to the rural purchasing power. Now, whatever the government is supporting people through the minimum price, that is the minimum support price by which they can buy the food items. So they are saved with the income which can be invested to support their other life activities. The loan waivers, the other promotion given by the government is increasing the purchase ability of the people, which is also supporting the rural trend towards buying good services. The top 10 FMCG brands working in India are Hindustan Unilever Limited, the ITC, that is the Indian Tobacco Company, Nestle India, Amul, Dabur India, Asian Paints India, Cadbury India, Britannia Industries, Procter and Gamble, Marico Industries. So, these are the top 10 FMCG industries or the retail industries which are impacting the life of people in a big way. The mega trend of health and wellness is emerging in market. One area that we see global and local FMCG brands investing more is in health and wellness. Health and wellness is a mega trend shaping consumer preferences and shopping habits, and FMCG brands are listening to this trend. Most of the FMCG brands are also now coming up with organic products and organic eco-sensitive labeling, which is looking to the health and the lifestyle of the people. People have started investing into good food and good supplements to make their life comfortable. Now, let us study the summary of this lecture. In this lecture, we have studied the Indian retail industry, the changing trends and the impact of technology. India is a big country with a combination of rural and urban population, where both the local and the online sector is working in a more powered way. The kirana stores and hard bazaars are still important to look after the daily life of the people, but the cities are emerging in a big way with the impact of internet. This internet is shaping the life of people, where most of the population is connecting to get a better service access through websites. I hope the students must have understood the retail trends, how the Indian retail industry is growing and impacting life of people in India. Thank you, students.